Hello, Brave Awakened Ones. This is Veronica of Higher Realm Holistics, Lady V. Thank you, supporters, subscribers, and Patreons. Please share these videos with those who you think it might resonate with. If you're interested in any of my services, books, merch, t-shirts, webinars, sessions, and higher realm magic information and meditations, please visit higherrealmholistics.com. Good morning, Brave Awakened Ones. Lady V here, Victory to the Light. What's up? It is the 18th, Saturday. Just in case you guys are wondering why I switched back and forth where I'm taping, it's because the other side is when the sun is up. As you guys know, I don't have much lighting here. So I switch over to my dining area where it's like the only spot I really have any sort of real lighting, sort of. So that's why I switch over here, because it's really, really early in the morning. I had an evening session. I went down and out around, it was before 8 p.m. Had some major stuff I was doing. We're going to cover it. And then, yeah, I came out of it at literally 3:33. And I just was like, catching up on stuff, and then decided to let me get myself together and make this video because I really want to go to an early dance class because I have a lot of energy, muscle twitching. This eye has been twitching nonstop since I came out of that whole thing that I did. All right, so let's begin. Firstly, gotta tell you guys, it's still warm actually. This is the crystal quartz that I used for when we did our meditation on the 12th, and I've been spooning it at night. Okay, and it really helps me big time. It's just everything seems clearer. Okay. Before I started spooning it, actually, I had it on the altar because we did the individual opening up and welcoming and grounding in I'm starting to feel the energy again. Woof, just by picking it up. Let me put it down. Been too much right now. The White Queen, Sophia Goddess, Christed energy, divine feminine Christed energy. I shouldn't have picked it up. So it was on my altar till then, and it finally completed. So for the past couple of nights, I've been spooning it. Let's put it that way. And it just brings me so much comfort. Also, I want to say I strongly suggest getting a Tibetan singing bowl. You guys know I've been using it for the past month and a half or so. Because of the changing frequencies going on in Earth right now, I was guided to get it in 2018 to help stabilize my frequencies and keep my frequencies very high. I do it every morning with meditation and prayer, every evening with meditation and prayer. And if I feel off, have a rough day in traffic, Miami, crazy traffic, I come home and it's just, I ring it to each of my chakras and all the way down to my feet, and it helps bring me back up. I don't know exactly how many hertz this one is. When I was originally told to get it, when I get things, even my crystal here, everything that I have and do, it's through my oversoul. Like I said, your oversoul is that connection that you guys have to maintain forever and ever while you're here, because it has the bigger view, and that is your divine knowing, your connection. So I was woken up and told to get this bowl, and I heard the sound of it. I was shown the size of it. So when I went to get it, I said, okay, that one. And when she played, I was like, okay, that's the one. And I got it. So go with whatever resonates with you. All right. We're all at different frequencies. Yeah, with the same level, but little adjustments, whatever resonates with you. That is what I suggest that you get. Okay. And it will be very helpful, especially going forward with the frequencies stabilizing and changing and everything. Okay. So amazing, handy tool. This I think cost me like $65. You can get it online also. The frequencies for these singing bowls, they like range, like this size is like 200-300 range. You know, the bigger ones, it's like goes up like 528 hertz. You know, they're very expensive as they get bigger. This is $65. They're smaller. They all go over, you know, they're all mainly over like 70 hertz. There's none lower than 70 hertz. So even with a little one, you still raise your vibrations high. Okay, it still helps you out. Alrighty. Other thing I want to cover is, again, guys, please use discernment. There's people who are sneaky out there and put like sneaky sly comments to try to get you to not go higher, to try to get you to get off track, even in the comment section. Never mind other people putting out videos, but they go on the commercials, also try to sway you in a different direction. And there'll be more than one, and they'll back each other up because they work in teams. They think they're slick, and I don't notice them. And I will respond to make sure that, you know, those who are younger in spirit aren't caught out there. All right. So be very leery. Watch yourselves. Okay. Because yeah, you could you just sitting there and raise your own frequency does raise the earth's frequency, raise the vibration, but there's a lot more to it than that. And if you don't understand that by now, then that's fine. You have a lot of knowledge to gain. Okay, there's plenty of us out there as forerunners. And yes, there's such thing as forerunners. And if you don't get that by now, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. You know, this channel is for the grown and sexy folks. All right, you got to be spiritually grown. And like I said, I have a blog. Everything is there, the beginning of my journey. And I've even had trolls come out there saying, oh, but you said you started in 2018. But your videos, you said you started back then, but your video is only 2018. Come on now. We're going to play that game. We're going to play that game. There's an entire, you know, section that has those videos that correspond to my blog. And I'm going to say that again. All right, folks. So rudimentary questions, beginner questions, head on over to divineyoungsouls.blogspot.com. That is Yeshua. The link is in the description. You can't be that lazy where you just can't look at a link. Seriously. I'm just going to be Tiger Mom about it because those questions are ridiculous. It's like, oh, give me this and give me that. No, no. This is 2020. We ain't got time for that. We cannot slow down to let people catch up. Because yes, this is a physical ascension also. It's not just all in your head. Don't let people talk you into that bullshit. It's nonsense. All right? Feel free to sit and hug a tree. Yeah. You'll get your vibration up. But there's some of us who are down here to be light warriors and serious light workers who do work, serious work. Okay, so let's get on with the show. All right, so a lot been happening, and I want to start off by reading this again because it relates to everything we're doing. And yes, Yeshua does have a really cool sense of humor. He does make me laugh, especially if I'm feeling down. I want to read this verse again. And please remember, this has nothing to do with the institution of religion. And those people, there's plenty of people out there who, never mind Christianity and Judaism and Muslims and you know, all of those other major religions, Taoism, all of it. This has to do with or the religion of spirituality. There's plenty out there with the religion of spirituality. It's another hook they're trying to get you into. This has nothing to do with religion, okay, what I'm reading here. And again, the Bible, they hid a lot of the meaning of the Bible, especially in Revelations, in a lot of code. And we all know Yeshua speaks in parables, okay? So they take the truth and then they manipulate it by switching words out, manipulate with words. So those who don't have the ears to hear and the eyes to see can get snared, okay? But I did read this yesterday's video talking about the brides of Christ. I'm putting this out again because it has a lot to do with what's going on. And it's just, I know those who it hits home with. Again, if I don't resonate with you, I simply don't resonate with you. Move on. I'm sure there's somebody else that'll help you out. You might just come back. All right. So Revelations 19 verses 7 through 9. Let us rejoice and exalt and give him the glory, for the marriage of the Lamb has come. Again, we established the Lamb is Yeshua. And his bride has made herself ready. It was granted her the cloth. I'm sorry. Again, I keep messing up. Let us rejoice and exalt and give him the glory. Him is source, creator, Father, Mother, God. For the marriage of the Lamb has come, Yeshua, and his bride has made herself ready. It was granted her to clothe herself with fine linen, bright and pure. This has also another meaning that I brushed on but didn't delve into enough, okay? For the fine linen is the righteous deeds of the saints, the 144,000, which includes the brides and the handmaidens of Christ. And the angel said to me, write this, blessed are those who are invited to the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he said to me, these are the true words of God. Okay? So this is so freaking exciting. We covered this in the last video. There's some of us forerunners, and you don't necessarily have to have been leading a group like I did and like other forerunners did, leading a group for the meditations on the 10th and the 12th. All right. There were some that did it on their own, you know, who received the energy on their own. They didn't have to do all that. Some of us are meant to do the group thing. Some of us are meant to do it off somewhere in the mountains, you know, and be that Kuan Yin and Mary Magdalene role, even though those are two parts of my oversoul. Yes, but I'm also meant to be out front in the front line too. I'm a foot soldier on top of that. Okay. So it's many ways. You will get the message. You are a bride of Christ, meaning you are a forerunner to receive that energy and ground that energy. And I showed you the fountain on how you have the top tier, which has a few spigots, and then the second tier, which are the handmaidens, which is the second wavers and the third wavers, and the big bottom pool was Earth herself, and the center goes all the way down to the bottom, so it comes all through us, all the light workers, into the heart of Earth and out to all that resides on Earth. You know, the fountain. I showed you guys that 3-tiered fountain. It's the video right before. So take a look. So, and I mentioned the fine linen is the righteous deeds of the saints. The saints are all the 144,000, the light workers. And here's the fine linens. I had mentioned this. Woo, goosebumps, Lord. Major chakras tingling. Here's the fine linens. And this is what, when I looked at this yesterday, this is from the 17th, this goes into the 18th. When I looked at this yesterday, that's when that Bible verse, Yeshua himself was there and said that you are clothed in fine linen. And it's not just me, it was, you know, Earth, you're clothed in fine linen. And this was the fine linen. Woo, child. Tell me you don't feel that, Lord. Tell me you don't feel that, guys. Clothed in fine linen. This is the fine linen. Breathe it in. So it's like the marriage is complete. The consummation has happened. And these are the fruits. Again, the fine linen is the righteous deeds of the saints. The fine linen, this is the fine linen Yeshua was talking about, is the righteous deeds of the saints. The 144,000, those of us who sat there and grounded in that divine, feminine, Christed energy to meet the divine masculine, which is Yeshua. When he was here, that's what he did. From what he did, That was the results of what he did. And what we did completed it. This is the second coming. Look at this again. It's just everything. It is granted her to clothe herself with fine linen, bright and pure. So we're bathed in earth herself. We are the saints of the saints. We are bathed in this fine linen. We are clothed in this fine linen. And the fine linen is the righteous deeds of the saints. The fine linen over the earth is the righteous deeds. And blessed are those who are invited to the marriage supper of the Lamb, which are the second and third wavers. So it's all the 144, the saints. The saints, we were clothed in the fine linen, and the earth is bathed and clothed in the fine linen. It is consummated. It is completed. See, it is completed. And the blackout was for a day and a half, by the way. The entire blackout of info was for a day and a half. And this is, you would have seen all of it whited out like this, along with the Sophia energies. It would have been a heck of a rainbow show over here. And it would have been hitting over 90, the Schumann resonance. It would have spiked. I wouldn't be surprised if it was over 100. But that's what they're hiding. This was purposely done. And even, whatchamacallit, Blue Kool-Aid Wages World, he even admitted, he did a video earlier this morning and said it was purposely done. He feels it was purposely done. So, like I said, I'm a novice. He's an expert. Mr. MRB B333, I'm going to hit on him also today to address this. Remember, he's a normie. They're both normies, but they're both experts on seismic activity and space weather and all that and what's going on. So that's why I'm, referring to them, okay? And translating what is going on in the physical into this spiritual ascension and great awakening. Okay, this is Mr. MBB, 333. I wonder why he did all that. Here we go. Here's what he's saying about it.
I've also got some new photos of the tall volcano down in the Philippines I want to share with you guys. But back to the Schumann resonance and these phantom frequencies, or whatever it is that's juicing the Schumann around the Earth. Lightning is one of the big motivators of Schumann disturbances, but right now lightning globally, from what I'm used to seeing, this is at an all-time low, 1,489 strikes globally. That is extremely low for lightning. The ionosphere is showing a little bit of mild activity, but not a whole lot. We go to Isawa and look at the space weather that's interacting with the magnetic shields, and we're getting a little bit of backside activity that does appear to be penetrating the ionosphere. More than likely, that could be these phantom frequencies that we're seeing on the Schumann. That would be my guess. Other than that, I really don't know. With lightning being that low, you can definitely take lightning out of the equation, at least for today. So more than likely it's coming from space. Exactly where, not sure. Could be the sun, could be what we're looking at here on the backside of Earth. You can see a little bit of energy coming in on the backside of the magnetopause right there. So more than likely, that is what's causing these phantom frequencies we're seeing in the Schumann resonance. Here's some new pictures.
Okay. I beg to differ. We're going to delve a little further into it with Wages World as to what's going on. Remember, I covered what's coming from the backside. All right. I covered that in depth. And we'll hit on that lightly. Okay. But here's Wages World. There we go.
Yeah. These are signatures that I've never seen before. You can see multiple spirals.
This is from yesterday.
With the directional wind here. And it's inside our bow shock. It's in our magnetosphere. Okay? It's made it past the bow shock. Or it's starting inside, which is what I think is happening. Some of this is. Okay? I do think that we're acting like a capacitor sometimes, and we'll shoot stuff just from ourselves.
Remember what I said in my previous video, that shooting stuff from ourselves is Earth herself venting. It's the last NRV that I did. It's Earth herself venting. Like he said it before. He said he's like, it looked like a fart. Earth was farting. It was vents. And the main one that I was shown was that copper mine in Siberia, Russia. And not too far from there, that is where this earthquake had hit. It was like a 5.9 or something. And I was shown how that energy was sucked up through this connecting fault line and vented, because they were HAARP was trying to make a really bad earthquake over there, because they were saying it's rare to have an earthquake in that part over there, But I was shown what was going on. That's going on a lot. And the volcanoes are being triggered, venting also that excess energy being pushed to try to also, it's CERN involved too. CERN deals with the space weather, HAARP deals with down here on Earth. They're trying to flip the poles to make, whatever part of their predictions happen, which is not happening because it's already done. The Earth is clothed in the fine linen. The consummation has happened. The marriage with the Lamb, has happened. It's all done. It's all done. It's just, annoyances. Here we go.
We release that energy. Did you guys see anything out front? Watch. Nothing. And it just keeps coming right off the back of our planet. Nothing's coming from the front there. But we keep seeing little bursts of whatever coming off the back. And I'm just not understanding what's going on here. I know there's a lot of theories out there, but all I can tell you right now is it's not coming from the sun. I think our object out there has a lot to do with it. The magnetic fields and stuff interacting with each other. So we'll look at this one before we get out of here. And again, this isn't looking normal either. Okay? I can't tell you the last time that I seen that dark purple. Okay? That's virtually no density at all. So we'll run this through. Okay? And it's nothing way crazy. Because we see these things quite often, these colors. But what I seen right there, I'm going to show it to you real quick. Watch back here. You're going to see like a little wave just come off the back of the planet. And nothing happens out front first. See that? Okay? What in the world? Now we got hit right there.
See, we're being protected from the back end also. Thank you, Space Force. I spoke about that in a couple of videos ago.
But again, why are we getting hit? That's the other question. I just showed you guys the report saying we're not supposed to be seeing none of this until the 20th. So where's this coming from? But yeah, guys, I am going to go ahead and end it there. I'll give you guys some more updates later on.
There was a part earlier over here where he said that he feels that it's the objects by the sun that's causing this, because it's the same thing that happened before. And I'll play it over here. This is me back on the 5th of January, which also was picked up. My video was also picked up by Naughty Beaver.
Further down you get to the equator, the stronger the solar wind typically is. But we're not getting increased wind speed, guys. And I just showed you the density in my previous video was at 0 almost. So, something's happening here is what I'm trying to say. This is something that's not normal.
See, they're trying to crack the magnetosphere again, just like they cracked the magnetosphere over here to try to flip the poles, but they can't. They can't crack the magnetosphere again because we did what we had to do.
We should not be seeing this. So I don't know what the end result here is, but you can clearly see this thing. See how it's trying to repair itself? but you can clearly see that right in the front, there's an opening there. Look how it's coming in. You can even see it there coming in right there. Okay, and this is like just a couple hours ago. It started happening a little bit before this, and I guess I could show that to you if you guys can be patient with me here a little bit. I'm going to have to go back a little bit more in time here to show you on the 4th is when this started. Okay, but what I really want to show you is watch out front. See how it switched? I mean, like immediately. Bam, look at that. And then there's that opening right there. Now, did the solar wind cause this and whatever is going on there? Or did something inside our bow shop, did something happen there? I don't know. I don't see it doing anything but just kind of getting crazy. I mean, that's nuts. If this is normal, somebody please tell me, but I guarantee you it's not.
Okay, guys, I had to play that. You can watch the rap. Okay. So again, I'll put the link of the description in the description of Mr. MRB and for Wages World, so you guys can watch the rest of the videos. Okay, and here's my video right here on the 5th. Okay, so you can watch that. Now, on the opposite end, the inversion, the whole Luciferian thing and the children of Babylon, the whores of Babylon. The whores of Babylon, again, are the temptations of Babylon. Okay? And it's about greed. It's all service to self stuff. Let's put it that way. Keep it simple, service to self stuff. And that it works via the spirit of Jezebel. Okay? And the whores of Babylon who possess the spirit of Jezebel, yes, it could personify itself in a person. Like the same way the Christed energy personifies itself in individuals and also in the collective in a group. So it's the same thing with the whore of Babylon, and the Jezebel spirit. And again, it's the inversion of the saints, the 144, the brides and handmaidens of Christ. These are the brides and handmaidens of Babylon, of Lucifer. All right, and here they are. They're right in your face. These are the handmaidens, right? We've seen this. They even made a show about it. The handmaidens. These are the handmaidens. They look like this. And these are the brides. They're right in your face. This is Nicki Minaj. You got Katy Perry. It's so in your face. You have her, even Beyonce, with her horns and everything. This thing got a horn. She's the top one. Okay, here she is in her bridal gown. She's the top one. Right here. And yeah, this is the Pope and his cardinals. Now look at what they're sitting in front of. This is in the Vatican. Does this give you any comfort, people? Does this give you any comfort? Or does it make you sick to your stomach? Their wickedness is right in people's faces. My mother's been to the Vatican a few times. I'm like, really? How do you look at that and be like, oh? Now they have a huge damn statue of Moloch since last year. Ugh. As art. That's how they get away with crap, is art. Okay, so what happened overnight with a few of you guys, including my soulmate, he was there, who hopefully I'll meet soon in person. And no, that's not my twin flame. This is my soulmate because my twin flame could not handle the mantle. So I said, hey, bring it to somebody else who's ready and prepared to take on the job because I wait on no one. So I was in the Vatican and there was a black magic ceremony going on. This is not a dream. This is not even a remote view. I was there on assignment. And there were some very high celebrities there. There were also high officials there also, and the Pope was there, but he was sitting aside. And there was this other thing that was all in the Pope garb, and it not even draconian. I don't know what the heck it looked like. Its skin was like blackish brown, really bumpy and not scaly like they say, oh, lizard people. No, that's not what this thing looked like. I don't know what the F it was, but it was big. It was bigger than the ones in Homo sapien bodies sitting around. Let's put it that way. And it was up there, and they had little children there who were part of it, taking part of it. And they all had on fake horns, including the Pope. He had on his little beanie like he does over here, and then he had on the fake horns. And they were all dressed in red and black, except that thing was white and gold. And they had this nothing made me sicker as a Catholic growing up in the whole Catholicism thing than seeing Yeshua on that dang cross. Because he resurrected, he's off the cross. But again, the Catholic Mass is just ceremony. And it's a black magic ceremony. I'm going to come out and say it is a black magic ceremony. I can't stand going to Mass. When I go to Atlanta visit my mom, I haven't been in a church in a few years now, because I used to just take her for the heck of taking her. I sit outside. I tell her I can't find parking. That has been my excuse. It's been working, so I'm going to keep going with it. Can't find parking. Sorry about it. Okay. So, this is, I can't take looking at it. It's very disturbing, isn't it? But you guys need to see this. So their black magic ceremony was going on, and you had those Illuminati type, Cabal types, deep state types in the pews. But it was me, a couple of my peeps with me, part of the V team. My soulmate was here, and we just nodded at each other, and it was like time to go. And then I walked into the aisle, walked up, and then that main Pope creature thing stopped. They all stopped. They looked terrified. And I literally walked right up, because they had was it a baby? It was blood, a whole load of blood coming down from the Jesus body, and they were collecting it in the chalice to drink. I went up, I knocked it out of his hand, and I knocked off his Pope hat, and I went to the real Pope, Francis, and I snapped his horns, and I went to each. Oprah was one of them. She was up there, one of the main ones to represent the Illuminati. Then you had another one representing the Cabal, and you had another one representing the deep state. Those are the horrors of Babylon, okay? And I just broke off their horns and threw it aside, and they could not do anything. And then I went off there. I went off the altar, and I just nodded at the sanctuary, I should say. I just nodded to my people. You guys came out. You followed me out. And boom, I was back in body. So that's what happened. And I was seeing myself asleep, cuddling with my crystal like this while I was there. You know, it's like I keep an eye on my body, in form while I'm doing that type of stuff. I'm always able to keep an eye on my body, make sure everything's going all right. So yeah, we did that, came back, boom, woke up. And then I was told, it's been raining here since yesterday, but hopefully I can get out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But if you guys can get out and go to a nice spot, because I have to go to this nice big tree. I call it the grackle tree. It's a humongous tree, like half the size of my apartment, and it's filled with grackles. So I'm going to go to that tree and meditate, put my hands on the ground, bring my crystal with me, my singing bowl, I was told, and to say 33 times, my light shines so bright it incinerates the darkness. Because the connection we formed, guys, we don't have to keep forming that connection. If you did that meditation and you formed that connection with the Sophia energy and you played a part in grounding that Sophia energy, you have that connection. Okay. And you're just going to go and just ground, just envision that more of that energy grounding it, because they're going to be doing a lot of these black magic ceremonies. Remember, they're desperate. They're fighting for their very existence. We are choking them out. We are choking them out. And what I saw happening was we're going to see a lot of celebrities get into accidents. They're actually sacrifices. They're sacrificing their own to survive right now, because our frequencies are vibing so high, they cannot get to us. That's why I could walk right up to the freaking Pope and snap shit off his head and he can't do nothing about it. Knock off the Black Pope. I have no problem. I have that kind of energy. Do not, disclaimer, do not purposely go try to do something like that in your ego. Do not do that. You will be in trouble. Do not do that. All right? Did I sit there and say, oh, there's a black magic ceremony going on in the Vatican, I'm going to go break it up? No, I did not. My higher self knew I am the total embodiment of my higher self. So when I go into that 100% higher, I'm always 100% higher self. But when I go more deeper into the ethereal, into the 4D, that is where, it goes. I don't sit there being like, I'm going to search out and go do this. Don't do that. Do not do that. You have been warned. Don't do that. Okay? It's something that just happens, quote unquote, involuntarily, if you want to put it that way. Really, but not really. I don't sit there and say, I'm going to go do that. So that's the instruction, to sit there and say, my light shines so bright it incinerates the darkness 33 times. Try to do it outside. Okay? Try to do it outside. And do it as many times as you like. I don't want a cajillion question. How many times do I do it? What time do I do it? At this point, guys, if you're asking, that means you're not in your full power and you don't have discernment. We're grown. Like I said, we're grown folks. If I say, okay, this is this, and I'm so proud of so many of you out there, the brides and handmaidens of Christ, you guys went out there, and some of you felt that you had to go to different spots to ground in the Sophia energy, the White Queen energy, and you went and you just did it. You did whatever it did. You wanted to bury some crystals while doing. You did you. That is whatever. Again, that is your higher self. Be guided by your oversoul. Surrender to it and be guided. Don't keep looking at me when I say something, because no, Mama has cut the cords, man. Like I told that's one of the reasons my daughter's pissed off at me. I told her I had gnawed off the umbilical cord. And that does not mean abandonment, because if it was, I wouldn't still be doing this. Okay? My daughter took it as that, but that's something that she has to get over. But you're grown folks. Those who are grown folks. Some out there who are just saying, we're still up in the clouds, who don't understand, but that's for them. That's their level of awakening. Okay? So I'm talking to masters over here. That's what I'm talking to. All right. So yeah, very intense. And the sun is finally up. All right. Lady V out. Ooh, I'm going to get into my regular prayer meditation and try to get to a tree and then go to dance class. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. And yeah, we got this. Bye. We got the victory. Sugar.